The king of country music, the king, George Strait, is not a member of the Grand Ole Opry. Kind of crazy when you think about it, and especially when you say it out loud. But why? What is the reason for George Strait, one of the most revered and beloved artists within country music, not being an active member of the Grand Ole Opry? And hell, has he even played one time inside of the circle? I mean, Strait has had to have dug his boots in at least once, right? Well, let's dive right into that. First things first, we are going to share what it takes to become a member of the Grand Ole Opry. According to their website, here is how they have it broken down. First, it's who decides. It reads, the decision to increase the Opry's ranks is, and always has been, made exclusively by the show's management. The people who've been entrusted with the Opry's tradition and future direction take into account all the standards of success in country music, radio airplay, recorded music sales, touring success, industry recognition when considering an act for membership. The Opry considers career accomplishment as well as the potential for continued success. Okay, George definitely fits right into this description. Next, the Opry lists talent and longevity. But the Opry doesn't simply pass out invitations to the biggest stars with the most hits. Opry management looks for a musical and a generational balance. Opry membership requires a passion for country music's fans, a connection to the music's history, and it requires commitment, even a willingness to make significant sacrifices to uphold that commitment. Often, the Opry seeks out those who seek out the Opry, though decisions aren't based on which artists appear most on the show either. The decision to bring a new act into the Opry fold is a two-pronged one, based on a combination of career accomplishment and commitment. But really, it comes down to just one word: relationships. The relationships between performers and fans. The relationships Opry members have with each other. Relationships that may last for decades. And perhaps most importantly, the relationship between artists and the ideal of the Grand Ole Opry. Now, out of that, there is one key word that I want y'all to continue to focus on. That word is commitment, because that is the buzzword that plays the role in why maybe George Strait is not a member and probably will never become one. As most know, George Strait has lived in Texas throughout his very long and illustrious career, and traveling back and forth to Nashville to meet that commitment expected by the Grand Ole Opry could be considered a pretty demanding one, especially for a non-resident of the state of Tennessee or any nearby states. As noted from the Opry, regular appearances are a requirement in being a member, so much so that members in the past have even lost their membership for not upholding their end of the deal. And hell, fellow country icon and Texan Willie Nelson is one of those who gave up his membership. In an interview back in 2018, Willie told the Texas Standard in an interview that in order to say you're a member of the Grand Ole Opry, which is a great honor, you had to be there 26 weeks out of the year. You can't play in Texas on Friday and get back to the Grand Ole Opry on Saturday night. It just don't work out that way. He's got a point. But now the other question is, has George Strait ever even played the Opry? According to Saving Country Music, who completed extensive research regarding that question, confirms that George Strait did play the Opry, but there is only record of the king performing there one time out of his whole career. Back just a couple of years ago, Saving Country Music reached out to Grand Ole Opry historian and archivist Byron Fay, where Fay said, George Strait was on the Opry Saturday, October 9th, 1982. On the early show, he was on the 8:30 segment, and on the late show, he was on at 11. That appears to have been the only time that he was on the Opry. Byron Fay also revealed that despite rumors over the years circulating around the idea that there was bad blood between George Strait and the Opry, well, that rumor has never been acknowledged publicly, and that the likely cause behind the reason why George Strait does not or did not appear regularly on the Grand Ole Opry was because of his residency out in Texas. So really, in a nutshell, quite the easy explanation, and Strait's only performance seems to have come shortly after the release of his second album of his career, Straight from the Heart, and just about a month after a single from that record drop titled Marina del Rey. Even though the explanation seems quite simple, it is still just kind of hard to believe that a legend and a man deemed as the king of country has only stepped foot into the famous Opry House one time to perform. So guys, let us know what you think about this down below in the comments. That will be it for today's video here on CountryCast. If you have not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button down below. Remember to turn on those notifications as well so you never miss out on any breaking updates surrounding your favorite country artist and all the news coming right out of Music City. Y'all stay country.